I have Josh Thompson with me today, the student coordinator over the BYU-Idaho Intramural Full Contact Football program. Josh, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good, man.
Good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, there's some big stuff going on. I mean, we have Spirit Week, obviously. But what's the big event that you're a part of this weekend?
So this weekend, we have the start of our football season, and the big game is our True Blue, bowl game. It's something that we're trying to do this semester. It's going to be a huge event. We've got lots of vendors, we've got prizes, we've got giveaways. We want to make this a thing that we can take into every following season, that all the students know about and they're excited to come participate in.
Yeah. So from what I've heard, is that with full contact football, we have it usually going on during the spring semester, correct?
Yeah, so this is the first semester in a while that we're reintroducing it back in the fall, because fall's football season, college football, NFL, people hear about football and they want to be part of it. And as well, we have more numbers. So normally in the spring, we usually get students that have been here a while and they want to be here during the spring semester. And it's usually lower numbers, but in the fall, especially this season with football, we have a lot of freshmen, a lot of new people that they want to play on the teams and they want to come participate. And so hopefully that also means we have more numbers for things like, audience, people in the crowd, fans. So there's gonna be a lot of energy, a lot of new people, lots of people out there. So it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited for it. So for the teams, right? Run us through just like a quick rundown of what the league looks like, and then also kind of a mixture of who's on the teams, that kind of thing. Like
Gotcha.
Ages, stuff like that.
So like I said, for this semester, since we're going in the fall, we have a lot of freshmen. And there's a lot of new guys that I've seen around different sports throughout the other semesters, but they haven't had a chance to play football because it's usually gone in the spring. So there's a good healthy mix there on each team of having players that have played tackle football here or consistently throughout high school, and people that might have not even played tackle football. So we have a good mix of that on each team, and it's been interesting to see at practices. There's definitely players that are picking it up as they go, and there's players that are just right there in that captain role, ready to go, help players out and help them understand just how football works here. So it's really exciting to see how those player interactions go and how coaches can help them out as well.
Yeah. So this is called the True Blue Bowl, right? Yep. First one of its kind.
Yep.
So what, comparing it to the spring semester and what usually goes on with this league, what makes, maybe this season or specifically this game different from other ones?
So, I don't know if you've been or if anyone else has ever been, but we usually have our championship games that are end of the season, and they're kind of the big event of the season there, where everyone gets together, the two best teams play each other, and we make it a big event. But this is different because this is the first game. We want to get as much attention and crowd draw as we can by advertising this huge game. We're going to have things like food vendors outside. We're going to have food giveaways. We're going to have a raffle for a couple prizes. There's going to be a field goal contest at halftime. I don't know exactly sure how we're running that, but someone's going to get a try field goal and get a prize for that. And we have a couple dignitaries who, I won't spoil who they are, but they're people from sports past and people from campus that are important. So if you come to the game, you can see who they are. Maybe you can get a chance to talk to them and get to know a little bit of BYU history and Rick's College history by, seeing where we came from. I think that's another huge part about Spirit Week is we want to tap a little bit into our roots and kind of where we came from. And I know a lot of people have connection to old like Rick's College football, and so we want to bring that kind of energy to BYU-Idaho.
That's cool. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about bringing back that history kind of thing, because we did used to have that kind of program, didn't we?
Yeah, we used to have a competitive sports program, and a lot of people miss it. But just because we don't have competitive sports on campus doesn't mean we can't have that same energy, that same atmosphere. That's what we're trying to build here with a game like this. I
like that. That makes sense. So with these giveaways too, that maybe a lot of people might not know about, that might draw them to this event, right? Obviously it's still full contact football. It's still something that we don't get a lot here. Mm-hmm. But what kind of giveaways are going to be going on there?
I'm not in charge of them, but I know they're supposed to be really good. So being at the game, as you're getting your it's not a paid ticket, but as you're entering, you'll get an opportunity to get a raffle ticket, and there's supposed to be something really good with that. So I haven't figured out what we're doing with that. I have someone underneath me that's working on that, but it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be really exciting. So
sweet.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. Okay. And just real quick, can you run us through kind of, a summary of maybe, the teams in the league and the rules, because it might be a little bit different than what people are used to if they're watching, college football, NFL, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So the first thing you'll notice as soon as the game starts is you'll notice our kickoff and then the numbers of players on the field. So because we have a smaller amount of participants, we're going to have 9 players on the field, so your line's going to be a little bit smaller. So you'll notice that first and foremost. And then second thing you'll notice with kicks and with punts, so that opening kickoff will look a lot similar or a lot closer to what like the NFL does, where we'll have the teams line up really close to each other so we can prevent injuries and things like that. So yeah, if you've seen an NFL game, it'll look a lot like that. And then with punts, that's something that we do is those are assumed to be a fair catch. So players, as soon as they catch it, they can't really run. But if they made a mistake, they fumbled it, they dropped it, oh no, the ball's live, players can pick it up and run with it. So talking to coaches, talking to players, they're really interested to see how that's going to run and how they can prevent, dropping the ball and also protecting it. Because, once it's dropped, it's live. And so, it'll be interesting.
So to be clear, there's 4 teams.
4 teams.
Correct. And each one has around, I've heard 30 or so on the roster.
Yeah. So right now, we probably have a little bit less than 30. Originally with tryouts and with players being put on teams, we had 30 each team, but because of injuries and players just not wanting to, commit to the full season, we've dropped down to closer to probably 20 on a team. So
I see. So everyone's getting a lot of minutes at least.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of time to play.
A lot of snaps.
So, yeah.
Sweet. Okay. And for you, I guess, being in a big role, with the intramural program going on, what are your expectations for the season and what can students expect out of this season?
I mean, my expectations are really high. I would love things to go super smoothly. Obviously, that doesn't happen every season, but I expect there to be a lot, like I said earlier, I expect there to be a lot of student participation inside the game and outside of the game. I've been super grateful for the help that I've had from everyone so far before even tryouts. We've had a lot of people that have volunteered to help out on the sidelines, up in the PA, just helping players get ready, helping out coaches. There's been a huge influx of volunteers, which to me has seemed different and in a really good way. I've seen a lot more willingness to just be part of the program. And then as well, we expect there to be a lot more student involvement with being in the crowd, being a fan, coming out supporting. There's a couple new things that we're going to try as well with something called a Viking clap. I haven't heard details about that, but we're, again, like I said, we're trying to build that competitive football environment and atmosphere, which we have the opportunity to do on a campus like this. And I hope students have that understanding that it's going to be big, it's going to be fun. There's a lot of opportunities to be involved and to help out as well. So it's exciting.
That's cool. So if you're making like a pitch to students this fall semester, especially with how many freshmen we had, like you mentioned, what would you tell them as in like why they should come to this game specifically this weekend, with it being Spear Week and everything?
Good question. Let me think of the elevator pitch. First and foremost, we have competitive teams. These players are showing up and they want to win and they want to do the best that they can. They're here to play football and they're here to show you how good they are. Then the second thing is, like I said, we have giveaways, we have fun activities. The hype squad's going to be there. We have dignitaries. There's going to be a lot of fun things to see in between game time. So it'll be really exciting. And then as well, there's lots of great connections, friendships, opportunities to be made to either participate in competitive sports, to help out, volunteer, or to just meet people and see how else you can be involved. There's a lot of different opportunities to make connections, get to know where you can help out, where you're needed, and how we can use you.
I like that a lot. So just give us a quick rundown too of when and where this game will be this weekend. And is there any cost associated with it? And do students need to, wear anything, bring anything specific?
Okay, so the game is 2 p.m. Saturday at the stadium field. It's the one stadium field we have in Rexburg, so you should know where that's at. But it's a blue game. We want you guys to wear blue. The 2 teams that are playing are the Bruins and the Vikings. The Bruins are wearing a light blue, navy blue mix uniform, and the Vikings are wearing a white uniform with blue color detailing. So depending on which team and you want to support, you can coordinate colors. If not, just wear blue, whatever blue that you have. So that's kind of the game details. And then as well, we have a second game for other two teams that'll be at 4:30. That's the Spartans and the Hurricanes, and it's also their first game. So if you want to stick around and watch, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're still going to do some fun things there as well. It's not as hyped up and talked about as the first game, but it's still exciting, still great football. So we want you guys to stick around and watch that game as well.
Mm-hmm. And is there any cost for students coming in to watch the game or anything?
No, not for this game. It's free. Like I said, you'll get a raffle ticket just for showing up. So that's something, right? That's something to get you to go. So
that was awesome. Well, sweet. Anything else that you'd add, Josh?
No, I want people to show up. It's exciting. It's something new. We want as much attention and participation as possible from everyone. So show up. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun football. It's going to be a really good game. We got a lot of good players, a lot of good coaches. So
sweet. All right. Well, thanks for coming in today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good luck with the season.
Yeah, thank you.